So, Pauly Shore Parks yesterday reported for WIP that Jalen's in line for a $40 million deal. Unreal. That would make him one of the highest paid guys in the NFL. Here's the top 10 highest paid guys. Hour 2, Big Sills, National Football Show. Please hit the like button. Whew. The National Miami Hurricane Show. Absolutely. Every day, all day. Greatest alumni base in the history of the United States of America. Just take a look at the Hall of Fame the last 20 years. Every other year, a cane goes in. You're welcome. Hit the like button. Don't forget Merrill Reese, hour number 3. Okay, hour number 3, 5:30. Daz, the National Shit on Hurts. It is not. How dare you say that? I retract my like from Bill's from Big Sil. East Side Monster. You know what, man? You know what the coolest thing about talking with you guys? I mean, honestly, man, it's fun again. It's fun again. It's fun again. But, hey, there's a clearly different attitude with East Coast people, West Coast people who move to the West Coast that are from the East Coast. The National Jimmy G Show, you could only hope it was the National Jimmy G Show because that means you'd be winning. Click the hater button. How dare you, Chris? How dare you guys say that? Oh, ye of little love. Whatever happened to Bernie Kosar? He does preseason football for the Browns. He's doing pretty well. Bernie's got some health issues, but he's okay, man. Shots fired. Nah. What up, High? It's okay, man. You'll never face Sills because you know why? Nothing really gets to me. Nothing ever gets to me, man. I'm level-headed. You know, unlike some people, you know, I'm level-headed. Years past it used to. Now it doesn't get to me like it did. You know, I mean, it's all good. Do I have 2 good topics here for you for this hour? Except for Twitter? All right. So, Pauly Shore Parks yesterday reported for WIP that Jalen's in line for a $40 million deal. Unreal. That would make him one of the highest paid guys in the NFL. Here's the top 10 highest paid guys. Jared Goff, 33.5. Won an NFC, got to the Super Bowl. Not great. I'm not a fan at all. Number 8, Kirk Cousins, $35 million. Russell Wilson, $35 million. 6, tie. Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, $40 million. Derek Carr, $40.5 million. Josh Allen, $43 million. Patrick Mahomes, $45 million. Deshaun Watson, $46 million. Aaron Rodgers, $50.3 million. So, where do you think Jalen fits in this list? According to Pauly Shore, this guy thinks he should be paid the same amount as Derek Carr, Matthew Stafford, and Dak Prescott. Sorry, I'm laughing out loud. I'm sorry. I'm just, I'm sorry. Yeah, Craig Brady took lesser money. I think it's at 30 now. He took more of a signing bonus. Okay. What is here? Price tag. Let's put a price tag on Jalen right now. Let's do two things here with him. Let's put a price tag first. What do you think his value is as of June 29th, 2022? That's all we have. Not this fantasy 2022 4,200-yard passing year that you think he's going to have. What do you think his value is right now? What would you pay for him? And know this, Baker Mayfield's $18 million in Cleveland. 29? You would write a check for $29 million for Jalen Hurts, who hasn't beaten anybody. Wow. Wow. That guy makes 1.1 now. Hey, what's he getting paid now? 1.1. $9 million. So you would write a check for him for $30 million. I'd rather have Mitchell Trubisky or Jameis Winston at a cheaper price. Those are traditional passers. I'm not going to pay a running back that throws the ball $30 million. I would never pay that amount. $25 million? $25 million? 20 East Side Monster? What do you think, Xander? 20 to 25 million? You be all right with that? Garoppolo gets 26 million. Jimmy G makes 26. Okay? Garoppolo makes 26. Hey, I'm good at 2025, and there's Xander thinks it's a little on the high end. 25 could be overpaid, but would that be a fair market value that I would put on Jalen right now before he starts the season? 25 million. By the way, honestly, that number could skyrocket if he has a season like you're all saying he's going to have, and he could get up to that $40 million tier of quarterback. He could. Right now, he's not. Stop what? I'm asking what you think his value is on the marketplace. 29 million as long as he averages 10. I don't care about the 10 rushing touchdowns, dude. I need my quarterback to win games throwing the ball, not running the ball. I don't give a shit about those 10 rushing touchdowns. No elite quarterback in the game today has 10 rushing touchdowns. Then again, if he's only worth 25 to us, he ain't worth signing. Yeah, but wait a minute, though. Wait a minute, Xander. Today, he's worth that, okay? But he has an opportunity to increase his value. He's basically, this year, Jalen's gambling on himself. Okay? He goes out, he balls. He can only improve his worth and his market value. See, that's why, to me, Baker Mayfield sitting on his ass in Cleveland and him coming out being that dopey dude. Do you know what I would do if I were him? I would run to that Cleveland Browns organization and go, listen, guys. And it would also send good vibes on this. Watch. Hey, if you guys need a quarterback, I'm here for you. Since you're paying me $18 million, let me go out with that team and let's see if we can win some ball games. Instead of doing this, now let's all move. Why would you do that? Plus, it shows that you're a good teammate. You are humbled. Other organizations, if they look at Jalen because of all those intangibles, how would that look at? He buried the hatchet, something he can't do and hasn't done in Cleveland. If he went to the Browns and said, look, if you need me, I'm here. To me, you always have to be worried about the next job you get. And when you're putting your feet in cement instead of in sand, not giving yourself enough latitude, you're pigeonholing yourself in an opportunity for opportunities. He shouldn't be doing that. If I was his agent, I'd say, hey, look, man, any team that comes calling, you should jump at the opportunity. There's only 32 of these jobs in the world. And you telling one team in the NFL, go pound sand, when nobody has really made any kind of movement towards you, and we're talking about $18 million, and we're saying Jalen's value is 25? Shit, man. That guy needs to reevaluate who he is. It's too late for Baker. Nothing's too late, dude, when you're paying a guy $18 million. The Browns got to pay that money whether he plays or not. That money's guaranteed. So what the hell? I already bought the Seattle Mayfield jersey. $50 million, no less. You're going to pay Jalen. Inflation is part of the equation. Okay, inflation. So we're adding inflation. We're adding Joe Biden's inflation into Jalen Hurts' new salary. Let's see. Well, if we're adding that inflation in, he's $60 million a year. Okay. Oh, man. Holy cow, man. So, okay. So $25 million is his market value. It ain't 40. Now, let me ask you this. If you put this quarterback on the market, could you get a first rounder for him? Would you want to start your franchise with him? Here, you're Carolina. Would you make a trade for Jalen Hurts as your starting quarterback and build the team around him? Would you give up a first-round draft choice for him? Mansa, negative. Maybe a second. This is some franchise guy. Maybe a fifth. Not a one. Maybe a fifth. If Devontae Smith, Slay, Bradbury, and a solid running game aren't signed long-term, I can't offer Jalen more than $16 a year. So you're going to pay your wide receiver more than your starting quarterback? You think Carolina would give up a first-round draft choice for Jalen Hurts? I think they'd rather go in the draft. Why would I? Hey, the quarterbacks that are coming out next year, Carolina's going to suck. Why would I do that when I could get a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal and go with a guy who's really an arm? Why would I do that? I'm not giving up a one for him. That's a great comment there by Xander. So you think of a team right now called the Eagles right now and said they were giving up a one for Jalen today, you think Howie would jump on that? Say Carolina called up and said, how about this? Nah, the Browns can't because they don't have any ones. Carolina, I don't want to pay the $18 million. I'll give you the one. Jalen's making 1.1 right now. We can renegotiate a deal for him in the offseason. Get the quarterback at a $1.1 million deal. Do you think Carolina would give up a first-round draft choice for that guy instead of going into the draft next year? I don't think so. I think Howie would jump on it. You don't think Howie wrote, if a team called the Eagles and said, I'll give you a one for Jalen, wouldn't take it? You're high. You are high. Okay? He couldn't hang up quick enough. Yes. I got you on tape, too. Nobody's giving a one up for him. 2, a 5, a 1. That would give us 3-1s. Hell yeah. That call would last 20 seconds. Big Sarge says. No, Dan. 3 firsts again next year. Yeah, baby. I love, you know what, though? I'm liking how you guys are thinking. Okay? That tells me down deep in your heart you're doing this. You like the kid a lot. You think the kid's got potential. You think the kid, all kidding aside, you think the guy can really play well. But if I get an opportunity to have 3-1s next year with all those guys and I could parlay it and getting up in there where I could talk maybe CJ Stroud or that kid from Kentucky, now we're talking about a different animal, right? Hey, all kidding aside, man, Tyler Van Dyke's got a lot to prove too. Okay? He's got a lot to prove, man. Those other guys, man, kind of show you already. When you look at them guys, you're like this. Those guys look like pro dudes. CJ Stroud is the only Ohio State quarterback I've seen where I went like this. Maybe. I've never said a positive thing about one Ohio State quarterback ever. And one of the worst things, and honestly, when I was hired to come on this network, I went on with the Birds. I can't remember which guy was in love with Justin Fields. First thing he said, guy ran a 4.3. I went, who cares? Think Tom Brady ran a 5.3 or some shit. I don't care about how fast he is. I'm not trying to put a 4x100 relay team together. I'm trying to find an NFL quarterback that can throw the pill. Yeah, Nathan, you want to hear something? In the 150 years of the Ohio State football program, name me one quarterback that was worth the shit. 150 years. I'll wait. Not too long, though, because you don't have to look long. There's not one guy that they've ever produced where you went, man, that guy is sensational. What a great – there's more quarterbacks that come out of Purdue than out of Ohio State. Greasy, Breeze, Jim Everett. I can go down the list. They got a boatload of kids that have played at that program that start at the NFL level. Ohio State has none. None. Carlos, what do you think of Bryce Young, Dan? I think he's a little frail. I think he's a little dude, but hey, he's so young. Let's see what he looks like this year. I'll tell you what, man. I'm going to tell you something about Bryce Young that I was impressed with. There's two games. The Auburn game and the Southeastern Conference Championship game. That kid showed some freaking mettle in that SEC title game. He got knocked around by Georgia, man, and that kid showed a lot of mettle in that game. I like that. He doesn't get rattled, okay, and I like him. He just needs to get a little bigger. Now, in today's NFL, man, it's different. You don't get to hit these quarterbacks. You don't get to hit them. But he's a winner, man. Okay? Hey, watch this. You know those question marks? You know those question marks that they had about Nakobe Dean? You know, size? One of the things that when I mentioned it to Xander goes, he's kind of small when we were talking about him pre-draft. 215, 220, not the biggest dude on the planet. And that's why they're kind of worried about his injuries and such. Okay? Same thing here. Bryce Young may fall down to the Eagles. He may be right there. Depending on the season. They win 13 games. They'll be nowhere in shouting distance to get that kid. But if they win 13 ball games, this is a moot conversation too. Who played quarterback if you trade Hurts? I'm all right with Gardner Minshew. As a bridge quarterback, I don't have a problem with him. Bridge quarterback to get me to the draft next year, they could win games with him. Kid's got to not turn the ball over. Sileo does speak the language of hope, intangibles, metal, spirit, good head on shoulders, moxie. That's because he's exhibited that in games. That's not the only thing that Bryce Young has, though. Bryce Young didn't lose his job at Alabama. Bryce Young won a national championship. Bryce Young did win an SEC title. Bryce Young did win the Heisman. Okay? Jalen, we'll see. If you have those intangibles and you're winning, you're Tom Brady. If the only thing we start with is, hey, he shows up on time, media loves him, hey, he's a good dude, and you're not talking to me like this, he's accurate, he makes receivers better, then that's not really, those intangibles don't matter on the left side of the ledger. They don't matter. Eagles trading Hurts to the Browns for Mayfield. I'm not interested in that. I wouldn't be interested in that. Hasn't been in the postseason NFL game. Hey, M. Reyes. Jalen was too, I think. Or he was stood back there. John says he ain't no bridge quarterback. Okay, well, that's what he's labeled as. Always looking at the next. You should be. Look at what Jay says. Look at JC here. Put that up there. Put that up there, Xander. Always looking at the girl next door. You just defined every general manager in the NFL today. And you're making a lot of money in the NFL. They're looking to replace you with someone cheaper. Then again, that's any business. That's any business. Once you start making a shitload of money in the NFL and your production value is at a point where a GM can think he can get somebody cheaper and have him on a rookie deal, they'll jettison your ass. Welcome to the NFL, JC. He's like, because she's hotter too. Sometimes it's easier. Remember, comfort zone. Half the league's undrafted or low draft choices. Not everybody could be making big money. Howie said, happy wife, happy life. That's totally my story. Unless you're Watson, good night. Hey, guy, man. Hey, I'll tell you one more time about Deshaun. I don't know. I think he's got the goods on the Texans. And I think that's why the NFL is nervous. I do. I think that's why the NFL didn't suspend him and put him on the commissioner's exempt list last year. Because his attorney has the goods on the Texans. And he's going to keep quiet. Because you don't want to turn this into the NFL and the Texans versus Deshaun. Because he may have the goods on them. They gave me the girls. They recommended the girls. Oh, okay. Who? Why can't Sil see that Hurts can be the guy? Because I haven't seen it yet. This is I don't think he has a skill set to do it. Where are you seeing it from? What game stood out where you went, that's the guy? What game was that? Give me one game where you went, that's the guy. One game. I saw Justin Herbert in his first start versus the Kansas City Chiefs, and I went, holy shit, this guy's going to be a star. I needed 4 quarters to watch him. I was like, wow. YouTube. Saints. Didn't they run the ball 38 times in that game? Ugh. All right. This is a great topic. I can't remember who put this out there. No, I'm going to save that to the other side here. Oh, yeah. For Jimmy Garoppolo. I still can't get over that Jimmy Garoppolo thing. Garoppolo's not as good as Jalen. Where do you see that? What in your right mind Where are you getting that from? What thing are you saying? He even threw 7 picks last year. I couldn't. Hey, I got people. You should see people on my Twitter going, typical. He's just not a believer. Dude, I got you guys winning a lot of games this year. Oh, yeah. Hold on here. Dang it. Yep. Phone's just going off the hook over here, man. I gotta. Yeah, let's see. Let's see here. Tyler asked me for this, man. And so I'm working on it. Get Carolina. I know David Tepper. Make a call in there. I made a call into Doug Williams. Doug's been on the show. He's the director of player personnel for the Washington Commanders. So Washington is wanting to meet Tyler too. So got that, the Giants. Where else do you think I should send Tyler? Okay. Where else? Where do you guys think I should send Tyler Van Dyke? I've got Carolina, Washington, and the Giants. What do you think? Let's see where else. Detroit. Chris Spielman. I'll call Chris. Yeah, I'm trying to set some things up for the kid here. Yeah. Wait, Sills. How do you say the Eagles will win the NFC Championship? I told you, John, because I think you guys have improved so much on your offense. And by the way, John, I've laid it out for you. You have the best O-line. You have the 5th best tight end. You have a playmaking top 10 wide receiver who makes $100 million. You have a defense. Your defensive line is ranked in the top 10. Your secondary is ranked in the top 12. You've made all of these improvements all around him. And if he plays to what he played to last year, because the NFC is where it is, it's not that I think that the Eagles have improved so much and so dramatically. I think everybody in the NFC has shit the bed. Dallas has gotten weaker. The Packers got weaker. The Buccaneers got older. The Rams are still the Rams. That's why. And that's how I've laid it out for you. Quarterbacks, Ryan Tannehill is not elite, but he's led a team to the number 1 seed in the AFC. Ryan Tannehill could do it. Jalen could do it. I don't think shit of Ryan Tannehill. But he won without Derrick Henry. He won with A.J. Brown missing ball games last year. So am I ripping on Ryan when I say, hey, Ryan, congratulations. That's a hell of a job you did. Is that a rip on Ryan Tannehill? Tannehill was the number 1 seed in the AFC. You think he's in the same category as Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow? Or Justin Herbert or some of these other guys in the AFC? Come on, man. This is not a shit on Jalen. This is more of, that guy's not an elite guy. You don't have a quarterback. Like Ryan Tannehill's not going to throw you out of problems if he gets down in games. He's not. That guy's not going to get you out of trouble. But he's efficient enough to keep you in ball games and win. Okay? I think you got a Super Bowl roster. I've laid it out for you. Just because I don't think that guy's the guy, that don't mean you guys ain't going far. I have you going far this year. I actually have you doing some things. I don't think much of the NFC. I think if you were in the AFC, you'd have problems. You would have huge problems. By the way, I'll say this to you. That Eagle team better not get behind early in ball games because they will not come from behind. They don't have comeback capabilities. They haven't had it in 2 years. That's why. Ryan Tannehill, Jimmy G. Not as accomplished as Garoppolo, but okay. Yeah. Logan goes, how do you explain Josh Allen year 3? I'm going to tell you, Logan, what Shady McCoy said about Josh Allen the first practice he saw him. And I'm going to take Shady McCoy's opinion when he was in Buffalo. He said, when I saw him throw the ball, the first practice, I knew he was special. He goes, I knew that it might not be this year, but it's going to be. Do you say that about Jalen Hurts, that, hey, I know he's going to be special like Josh Allen? Really? When did you ever say that? What moment gave you that? That's why I say you can win with him. You can win with him. It's not a rip, man. I say the same thing about Ryan Tannehill. Garoppolo, too. Cousins. These guys aren't elite, but you can win with them. You can win. Let me take a time out here, okay? Hey, don't forget Morgan & Morgan, our friends there. You're in the market right now looking for an attorney. It's one of the most important things that you can do for you and your family if you're hurt or injured on the job. For the people, not a slogan. This is who they are. For the past 30 years, they've collected over $13.5 billion for their clients when they are looking for settlements. Morgan & Morgan does this. There's no such thing as a fender bender. They're the biggest attorney firm in the United States of America with over 800 attorneys strong. They're ready to do battle for you. That's right. All across the country. And offices in Philly and in New York and in Florida. They're ready to go to battle for you, man. Call them at 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. The call is free. The consultation is free. 800-512-1600. Hey, open 24/7, 7 days a week. And when you call Morgan & Morgan, do me a favor. Tell them Big Sil sent you.
After a car crash, the big insurance companies you see advertising on TV, they may try to downplay your case and might say it's only a fender bender or it's just a herniated disc. I worry that some law firms fall for this BS. Not us. We put ourselves in your shoes and ask, what would it be like to be in your pain for the rest of our lives? $1 million wouldn't be enough for me. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.